So here's the problem. Years ago, life insurance professionals would receive in-depth sales training, not only showing different life insurance products and how they work, but the advanced planning concepts that bring in the 5, 6, and 7-figure commission checks. Fast forward to today, and those types of training programs are almost non-existent. To solve the problem of inefficient marketing efforts and advisors stumbling around trying to understand how to do business in the advanced markets, Trained Advisor leads the way in showing top-level producers how to acquire, identify, present, and close advanced life insurance cases. Welcome to the weekly 10-minute concept training with Trained Advisor.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to our call today. As we're kind of kicking off still the new year, I want to really look at how we can help our clients. Our clients really come into this whole planning process a little bit different. They're going to have different needs. They're at different stages of life. We may be coming in from the estate planning side. We might be coming in from the business planning side. But really, if you think about for our clients, it's all the same thing. It's all what's going to help them improve their situation and help improve their life going forward. And part of this is helping them understand what their goals are and how we can help. So I really want to, kick in, to this as really from the life insurance side, how can we help our clients see how it can be a benefit for them? There's a lot of different things that life insurance can bring to help solve different needs within their planning. And we've got to understand there, again, I've talked about this before, life insurance is just a tool, but it's a great tool if it's used the right way and at the right time. And so, we want to, get into this. When we start into the planning, start from our client's perspective. It's one of those where we have to really look at what is our client seeing. They may see it, hey, this is a rough road with a lot of choices, and at each spot they are going to come to a point where they have to make decisions, and it's our job to lay out those options. We can help smooth this road out for them as they get to that point. If you think about it, when you're going down the road and it's really bumpy, it's hard to sometimes see what's around you. Whereas if we can smooth that road out for them and really help them understand what the options are, even though they're going to have to make a choice, whether it's A or B or A, B or C, those choices, if we do our job, we can help simplify what those choices are really going to look like. From a planning perspective, when we're helping our clients, we need to make sure we identify what are their biggest concerns. Is it in the area of tax planning? Are they facing, high income taxes? Are they going to be facing high estate taxes? I think this becomes a big concern for our clients, especially, at year end and April 15th, when they have to be writing checks. But we need to decide, help our clients decide, is that the decision point that's going to drive this planning? Or is this an estate planning case? Not so much worried about the estate taxes as we are, how do we help them plan for their spouses, their kids? Where's the estate going? Is there enough liquidity in the estate? Or is it asset protection? I think these are, when you start looking at the estate planning, not related as much to the estate tax and over into the asset protection side, those two really go together. The asset protection really is something that I think a lot of clients worry about. I think some of them don't quite understand what the opportunities are. And we can really use our planning tools, whether it's pulling out different trust, irrevocable trust, whether it's using some LLCs and other type of entity planning, or in many states, the life insurance is a protected asset. And so we just need to help our client understand what are those big concerns. And finally, we're going to have clients, at some stage of their life working into their charitable planning, whether that's a big gift immediately, whether that's a gift that's going to come through their estate. These are the types of things that we can help our client understand as we're kind of figuring out that puzzle that they're working on, what is it that's going to be the biggest concern that we need to address first? Life insurance, really, if you think about it as you're putting this puzzle together, life insurance is one of those tools that really pulls a lot of the planning together. If you look at the tax planning, well, we can have life insurance either as an asset during life that they can access tax-free for those what-if types of scenarios, or really the tax-free retirement strategies. From the estate planning side, life insurance can fill in the gaps for liquidity, for death benefit, helping, if the breadwinner were to die premature, helping kids with college. And so it fits in there. Asset protection there, again, like I mentioned, in many states, it's a protected asset. Or if it's not an estate where it's a protected asset, maybe we can go ahead and put that into a life insurance trust, set it up so we've got spousal access, or kids can have access. And of course, life insurance and the charitable planning, we can leverage that gift and create that endowment for a lot of our favorite charities. And so it really becomes a big thing. If you think about it, if we're going to focus on the advice, we've got to understand this is not just a sell. We're going to help our clients understand what it is that they're concerned about, what their goals are, and then we're going to fit the life insurance and other planning in based off of the advice that we can give, not just treating this as a sell. And I think this is more comfortable for me in my planning, and I notice it's very comfortable for the clients I work with. Think about this. If you've gone in to buy a car, did you ever drive off the lot and have buyer's regret? I remember talking to a guy. I was buying a car. I was talking to the salesman, and it was funny. We actually had just gone to Costco. The car was full of groceries. We stopped by the lot, and within a few minutes of looking around, we actually found the car we wanted to buy. And I was joking with the salesman, I said, we've got to now transfer the groceries from the old car we're giving you to the new car we're buying. He said, you know what, this happens more than you would believe, that it's almost that impulse buy to buy a car. And we don't want that impulse buy when we're buying life insurance or doing the other planning. We want to make sure that it's thought out, that it fits what the client's after, so that really after we've put all the planning in place, our client's not having buyer's regret, but they're sleeping better at night. But there again, it's focusing on advice, not the sell. A recent case I came into, I was working with a business owner, 70 years old, good health. What was interesting in this case is we talked it through. They were really focused on asset protection. And as we're going through talking about this, all of a sudden it came up. He said, hey, I'm sitting on $1 million in my checkbook. Is that a problem? I said, absolutely. And he happened to be in a state where we can move that into life insurance. So we talked about using the life insurance as potentially, a solution for the asset protection side. I also said we could use trust LLCs and all these other types of tools. But between the client and the client's CPA, they decided life insurance was a great way to keep that asset protected, but also provide liquidity if the client were to ever need it. So we started looking at, would an indexed universal life work? And, we could put the money in, $1 million in, guaranteed there'd be about, just shy of 800,000. Non-guaranteed, just shy of 900,000 of cash value in year one, which there again isn't bad, but there again, the client's focus was protecting the asset. So we started looking at a single premium whole life. And what I liked here, and I showed the client, is year one, we have 955,000 guaranteed cash value. There again, that's our focus, is protecting this money. And by year three, guaranteed, he had his $1 million sitting there that he needed access to potentially. But it's protected from creditors day one. He's got access. If he dies, he's got the death benefit for his family. The other thing that was nice about this policy, it has chronic illness to cover those potential long-term care needs. So this checked off a lot of boxes, and the CPA and the client signed off on this almost immediately. and we just had to make sure we got it enforced, and the client was able to sleep at night. So the moral of that story is understand the needs you're trying to address. Go ahead and solve the client for the client, solve the needs for that client. So I just want to, make sure we understand we have a great responsibility as planners to help our clients understand what they're doing, how best we can help them, and at the end of the day, we want to make sure our clients are in a better place after the planning is done. So I appreciate you getting on today. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me either on email or reach out to me on LinkedIn. Thanks for getting on, and I'll talk to you next week.